Hi there, my name is Jay with CompuMatter and also ServerMatter. And one of the problems that we have to address in our server is the protection of clients' email data. If you have a catastrophic event, and we've certainly experienced that in our time, you want to make sure that email is protected, not above all else, but I'll tell you what, people will start screaming right away when they can't get their email, and something that they notice immediately, because all of us constantly look at that and check that. So if our website goes down, we may not notice that for an hour or two or a day. Email, we're going to notice right away. So to protect your client's email, you need to make sure it's in a place where it is backed up regularly. And our solution for backups, we put all the data that needs backing up in a RAID array, in a special folder. We don't want to back up the operating system every day. We don't want to back up every file and folder, but we do want to back up those things that cannot be replicated, the customer's data, the customer's email. So let's talk a little bit about email. By default, Postfix, which probably hosts the majority of the world's email, at least on private servers, and that is the case in our case, stores the data in a folder called var vmail, as you see right here behind me. Now, the RAID array or data that we have is a drive called SM_data, which stands for server matter data. And we want to make sure this mail is put there and not in the default location. So when our daily backups occur, this data is scooped up. And the way that we do that, and the way that we're recommending you do that, is first, in fact, I'm going to give you the written documentation on this. This is documentation that we've created here for this purpose. The first thing you want to do is make a directory that's going to hold your emails. In our case, it's SM data, SM email, and Postfix hosted emails. You want to give this a name that you'll realize, oh yeah, that's what that is. And it can be anything you want it to be, though. You want to go ahead and put 755 permissions on this one directory. You're going to want to chown ownership as vmail for both the user and the group for that same specific directory. And at that point, it's ready to receive the email data, where you want to copy it over from the vmail location. So, but before you do that, you want to make sure you stop Postfix and Dovecot, and then you can run this command. It's an rsync command. It'll ensure that all permissions are kept intact, and it will even give you a progress indicator so you can see what's happening. And this particular syntax will ensure that if you, for any reason, you have to start this process again, it won't relook at or recopy any of the same information twice. It'll pick up where it left off. And then lastly, we want to move, or almost lastly, we want to move the existing vmail folder to a vmail backup folder to make sure that even though we've already rsynced everything somewhere else, we want to double it up and just create a backup of the existing data anyway. And the last thing we're going to do is create a symlink where var was, where vmail was. So this will now become a symlink directed to this folder, and that's how that'll look. And finally, go ahead and restart Postfix and Dovecot, and you'll have a working system. And so in our case, if we back up one and do a directory list, you'll see that vmail is a symlink to this other location. We'll now go over there, and you see that we have ownership of user and group as vmail, and the directory name, which is Postfix hosted emails, and we'll go ahead and take a look inside there. And we have a different domain name. And just to take you a little further down the rabbit hole, if we look inside one of these email accounts without actually looking at any of their mail, we see we've got a variety of different accounts within their organization. And if we take one of those email accounts, and look inside the maildir folder, it shows us the different folders that you would see within Outlook or Thunderbird or whatever it is you're looking at. So that's clearly where all the data is, and that is a working system now. And that's it. That's how you can relocate your Postfix email to another location, wherever you want it to be, and your backups can then pick that up and make sure that your client's email data is protected. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.